Hello and welcome everyone to Wanderlust in Wildemount. We are here, we are ready to play. It's a Monday, and we're gonna just get started by going around and saying who we are and who will be playing. And I will tell you about myself while I remember to put on my mustache because I am playing Wendell Eustace Abernathy, Lucius Throckwaddle Hossenpfeffer the Fourth of the Havisham Hossenpfeffers. A nobleman, philanthropist, aspiring author, warlock, it's fine. And he always has like a very dapper mustache and beard, but I don't have the mustache and beard filtered mustache. So just imagine magnificent hair. And that's him. Someone who actually has magnificent facial hair in real life would be the person above me, D20 coup de grace. How are you?
Yes, that's me. Hi. I'll be playing Halden Flipcloak. He's a hobgoblin diviner wizard specializing in time manipulation, and that is becoming a focal point pretty soon.
Focal point pretty soon. Sounds good. Pretty soon, we'll move on to the next player. Like right now. Shiny Pilot, how are you?
Okay, yes, hi. I'm Shiny Pilot 206. If I'm moving around a lot, I have a back massager activated right now, so it's kneading out the knots in the back. It's great. And I will also be changing height in the camera. I apologize. Do not adjust your screens. I will be playing Igor. He is a hunchback half-orc. He is the butler to Wendell, and he's a lovable old soul, and he has the character flaw of doing everything to excess. And I like to exploit that as best as I can, but it usually goes around food. So anyways, I'm ready to play. Let's have fun.
Let's have fun indeed. Someone who I always have fun with, whether over the internet or in person, Nuggetasaurus, darling, how are you?
I'm extremely tired, but I'm here, so
Me
yay!
too.
Hi, I'm Nuggetasaurus. I'm playing Hal, the shifter fighter / paladin. She is very angry right now, and she definitely didn't destroy something important on the ship, and it definitely wasn't on purpose. Yeah.
Definitely. Someone who's never done anything on purpose. Producer Trav. How are you?
Certainly not in this game or in this playing this character. Hi, I'm producer Trev, and I like sunshine and fresh air, and I'm playing Lamont Quinlan. He's an Kalishtar artificer, then turned rogue, who is basically a trash Batman, but in a fun way, and so I'm ready to rock. It's Monday. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's rock. It is Monday, which means that our dungeon master is deception check. How are you, good sir?
I wish I was a trash Batman. That is like the best description of a character I've ever heard, and I love it, and I want art of that. I just want trash Batman art, brooding in a corner while everyone else is bright and happy and having a wonderful time like at a birthday party. I think that'd be great. I'd love this. There we go. See, Dark Knight, great cloak right there. Yeah, hi, I'm Deception Check. I'm the 3-ring big top wrangler here for this band of circus performers who will be performing tonight as the group. Don't ask me about the name. I still don't understand it really.
It's a great acronym.
Yes, it is
Easy to
a great.
remember.
It is a little confusing at times for people who want a group and get group.
They should be like, wow, this is exactly what we asked for. Thanks for being so straightforward.
Fair. That's fair. That's fair. But last week, actually last couple of weeks, our guys are back in time. 1 year to be exact, back in Amman, as they are trying to copy the information from a journal so that they can go further back in time and to stop the eventual destruction of the world at the hands of he who waits, Avum, the god of time. They had to go back in time because, well, the bad guy won. They were off doing their own thing and not really sure what they were supposed to be doing. There really wasn't any direction. There wasn't a sign saying this is the thing that you have to stop Avum. And they were angels flying around, ripping arms off, things like that. So it was really just a bad time for everyone, more for Lamont than anyone else, but still a bad time for everyone. So then Avon won. And so they had to go back in time, helped then by future Harlan, who sold them out and was the high priest of the bad god anyway. But, you know, it's okay. We won't question his judgment going forward or backwards. I mean, he's a time wizard.
Maybe we might question it going forwards, but we won't going back.
At least I hope you don't question it.
Hindsight is 2020.
Oh, God, it's going to be one of those nights. All right, so... So we find our characters still, like last week, sitting around the table in the private dining room at the Grayskull Shadow Inn, doing interviews of possible companions of the Cartophile, Anaxi Zephyrs, and his companions who help him in his hunt and quest for the remains of his ancestor and the lost expedition of Bronsamdi. They just have to pick one. They only need one. But that might be a problem because decisions are hard. So we find ourselves on the next day. Wendell is about halfway through copying the journal. And he is joined by Gearbox, the Modron, and Garrett, the Tiefling Bard, and whoever else might be with Wendell in the dining room now. So we'll pick up with Wendell.
Lots of writing at the moment. Copying this book into this other book.
Gearbox is sitting on the table looking at you. At least you think it's looking at you because the featureless round orb of its body is leaning over towards your direction.
Can I help you with anything, Gearbox? Just pause the writing for a second.
Gearbox likes watching you write. You have good handwriting. Gearbox likes your handwriting.
Thank you, Gearbox. That's like in Wendell's head. There's like a point that goes up next to Gear. There's like two sides, and a point gets next to Gearbox. So, you know, he's a little vain, just a little bit. Will be doing a good bit of writing, so you may watch as much as you like.
Gearbox thanks you.
Keeps writing, and yes, he's writing. It'll maybe a little extra legibly. He's not writing like he would write his own personal notes for things because everyone needs to be able to read this book just in case.
Are you copying the margin notes as well?
Yes. Oh,
okay.
100%. Anything that is written, if there's sketches in the book, he's trying to copy those as well.
Okay.
Like he's trying to copy everything in the book.
At the end, we'll give a roll and see how well those parts have been copied.
That sounds
may
good.
or may not have an effect on some points in the travel ahead.
Yeah, because, you know, I figure this whole thing, it should be copied as accurately as possible. So,
that's wise.
Yeah.
That's wise.
Yeah. Wendell's a stickler for accuracy.
So what's Igor doing right now while his master is writing?
I mean, if I could, Igor would be getting a soak in the tub. Igor is feeling me, so my back is sore. So Igor's so back is sore to go. So he's going to have a soak.
Okay. All right. So because you are still considered an owner of the Grayskull Shadow Inn, whether or not you admit it to yourself or not. Igor is being waited on by some of the servants, some of the bath attendants, and Reagan insists that you allow them. I mean, Igor, you have to let them do their job. I let you do your job. You let them do their job.
I cannot sit for this horrible stand. And he stands here. Let somebody come here and give me stuff.
Could you put it away? Yeah, back in the water, please. Igor.
Fine. Igor's suspected in the water. I'm not going to be waited on.
Igor?
Yes.
How would you feel if someone else was serving your master food while you were standing there able to do it yourself?
I would be distraught.
So That's exactly how the bath attendants feel right now. You're doing the job that they should be doing, and it's their job.
Igor looks to their face. Is there any sign of distraughtness on their faces?
They look angry that you're not letting them do their job.
They're not distraught, they're angry.
At you.
What? You do not be angry at me. You should be distraught at me and frustrated.
You see one of the what is a thinner, older gentleman. Looks like this is one of his jobs. He's been doing this for a while. Little grayed, kind of tan skin that's paling out a little bit because you're working inside more. And he's like, "Hey, look, son. I don't ask for much, but I really would like to just do my job. I'll bring you the hot water. I'll bring you some soap. I'll even leave a fluffy towel on the table beside you. Just let me do my job."
Okay, Dad. You can do it. Because he said, son.
If that's what it takes to get it to do my job, then that's fine. Fine. I mean, we look nothing alike. But maybe it was on your mom's side. I don't know.
Nothing fancy. Just, few things here and there that I can't get myself.
Fair enough. Just let me do my job. And Ray is just like, oh, thank you. Thank you, Igor. I'm going to go check on your master now since you're not doing your job.
If Master needs anything, let me know right away and I will be right down to help him.
Dressed, I hope, because we do have customers that might be afraid to see your assets.
Hey, no promises. Depends how urgent a request is.
He's a
Reagan steps out and goes back. What's Harlan doing right now? Oh, do you have anything else you wanted to do, Igor? I'm sorry.
I was going to say, Igor would settle into an uneasy sit down.
Steaming hot bath, too.
Okay, well, he's very uneasy about the whole thing. He's trying this.
But it feels good. This is a good hot. While you weren't looking, they were putting in hot rocks on some of the water, so there's steam coming up into, and so it's like it's getting it's a sauna in there.
Igor's gonna do this and just slowly down into the water.
Excellent. All right, Harlan Flipcloak.
Yes.
Master of Time,
which is something I am working with right now.
Wonderful.
He's going. What I want to do is go perhaps to a tinkerer's shop because I want to try to produce a sort of time compass in case for some reason something goes wrong. We'll be able to find our way back to our proper timeline.
Okay.
Or at least it should help us.
Okay. Well, you do know that just inside the gates in Abdar's Promenade, there is the final form run by a Tethi Rujek. It's a mid-tier tinker shop.
All right. Well, then I suppose I will head down that way.
Okay. The shop is, well, a lot of the shops and productions you find throughout Abdar's Promenade are brightly colored and stand out just for the garishness that the proprietors use to gain the eyes of walking customers. The final form is a rather bleak square edifice. It is just a blockhouse of a tinker shop with a simple door, no windows on the front, and a sign that says final form hanging out in front of a placard.
Like, Harlan loves this.
Okay.
This is like perfect in his mind.
All right.
Simplicity. Mwah.
Okay. You walk into the 3-story building through the main door, and you just have this. The way I wrote this place is I said, it's a lot like the Barnes and Noble's tinker shop. Everything is there, and it costs twice as much as it should. So,
oh boy,
you see, an older, you imagine older dwarf. You can't really tell. No gray in the hair, but dark haired, sitting behind the counter. There's a few people in line. He waves, hello. Welcome to the final form. If you need anything, just holler. One of the girls will be around to you.
Yes, I've come here looking for. I have a list of pieces here that.
I'm with customers right now. I said, if you need something, talk to the girls. I don't want to be rude to my current customers, all right? Thank you, sir. Sorry about that. These uppity mages and things that come in here thinking they should always get their turn. Yes, I know Mrs. Grantham. It's fine. It's fine. Thank you. You just see him going off talking to his customers right there. And then you feel a little tug on your robes.
Oh, hello.
You see a girl, maybe early, adolescence. I heard you talking with Dad. I want to apologize for him. He's can sometimes be like that. It's he's all about the customer service. It's important for him. So I heard you need some things. Can I possibly help you?
Yes, a list of intricate items. Some may be a little rarer.
All right. What about your friend?
My friend. Look around.
You turn around and Lamont's standing right behind you. He followed you the whole way.
Yes. Hello, Lamont. Will you be needing something?
Hey, how's it going?
Hello.
Hey.
I'm Gila.
Gila, right. Hey.
Gila Rujek, yes. I'm here to help.
Strikes in the dark. Yeah, I'm just hanging out with my buddy, Big Red One here. Making sure he's getting whatever he needs from whatever this is.
This is the final form. It's my father's shop. We do tinkering and crafting and artificery and all the fun stuff.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice. I like all that over there. That's cool.
Yeah, it was his idea to use the bamboo as like a kind of like an offsetting with the stone. It really kind of stands out when it comes to just aesthetics.
Yeah. Well, it's a goddamn mess. That's what I like so much about it. No, don't let me get in your way. Just shop it up.
Yes.
I'm just gonna skulk around.
All right, sir.
Try not to break anything.
I'll keep an eye on them.
Oh, thank you. Now, what was it? What did you need, sir?
I hand her a list of, I need some Chrono Crystals and some joints.
Chrono Crystals. Do you mean the the stones that help the airships fly?
Wait, I thought that was those. Wait, those are. I was just trying to make something up.
Oh, you're making something. Okay, so Chrono Crystals. All right,
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I've never heard of Chrono.
Grease.
Yes.
Yeah.
What exactly are your Chrono Crystals?
They
Light
help.
fluid.
They're a.
Are they like pop rocks?
Double crushed quartz mixture. Combined.
I've never heard it called that before. Oh, okay. We just call them time rocks. But
time rocks, yes, those. Gonna need a few of those.
Okay.
And
now those aren't easy to come by, and they're going to take at least 24 hours to prepare. We just don't have them around here. They have a half-life, and so you start them and they're gone.
Well, yes, we're going to need some of those made, and a pointing needle. Yeah. Mm-hmm. and and these other few things that.
Right, I've got your list. The quantum modulators might be a little long too, but I can probably get that for you. I don't even know what that is, but I'll talk to Dad. Maybe he'll know what's going on. I'll pass on your Amelo will get back to the work in the shop, and I'll pass this on to Father. Will tomorrow about this time be fine for you?
Yes, it should be just fine. Thank you.
Now I can give you an approximate total, but I won't know until the creation of the items have been done. But it looks like about 1,500 gold for this particular order.
Just have the bill sent to the Gray Skull Inn.
Oh, are you staying there? That's a nice place.
Well, I'm a part owner.
Are you now? Yeah, maybe we'll have to do some trading here. So, all right, but we'll send the bill and then we'll see what we can do from there.
Thank you. I'll turn around and look at Lamont.
What's Lamont doing?
Yeah.
He is bodyguarding Harlan without his permission, and also transfixed by all the curious objects all around him, and too far removed from his life as an artificer to engage with any of it.
Okay.
None of this will help me mete out justice on those who would prey upon the innocent. So I don't know what the hell any of this shit is.
Well,
It says that out loud.
Thought you used to build things like this. Well, I would like you to have a look at this diagram here.
Oh yeah, what you got? Hold on, I think I'm gonna put my glasses on here. Hang on.
It's a sort of time compass, I suppose.
Time compass.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh sure. That
If we
part.
get lost, it should help us find our way back to where we should be.
Oh, good. Good looking out. So you just seem like you're a pretty, pretty important part of this mission. And, Hal and I were talking and, she's going through a lot of stuff, so, and she's got opinions about this whole time thing you're doing, and so something about your methods being unsound. I think your methods are very sound, for the most part. And also, you met the god that ripped my arm off. So me and you, we're pals. Not that I'm not pals with everybody else, but
Mhm.
we gotta, you and me, we gotta think. So listen, anybody lays a finger on you, I'm gonna rip it off. Okay, so that you can do this whole time thing you're doing, and no one keeps you from doing that.
Well, I'd like to thank you for your protection, but try not to be overzealous. He'll just pat you on the shoulder. You need to relax sometimes.
Oh, hey, sure, absolutely. I'll put my feet up.
Well, I think
Freedom
we're okay here.
Well, you did tell the lady where we're staying and that you co-own it. And so now they know you've got money. But, there's like a whole barter thing going. So I'm just saying you need somebody watching your big red backside, buddy. You know what I mean? Simple as that.
I'm not unaccustomed to having a guard.
Good. It's not really so much a guard thing as it is like an avenging angel on your shoulder, ready to mete out swift, horrifying justice to anyone who would, attempt to victimize you or those you care about. So I would characterize it more as like that, but you don't have to. Maybe I do need a nap. I had that cup of coffee and I'm feeling all weird.
quite verbose today.
Yeah. Well, we're hanging out.
Should we head back to the end then?
The what now? Oh. Yeah.
Or
I'm going to go brood for a while on the rooftop. I think I just need to stare at the city for a while. What time is it?
do you want some company?
Huh? On the roof? Yeah. Yeah, I feel like getting up there. Either my heart stops or my watch is broken.
Do you want me to have a look at it? Your heart or your watch?
It's fine. I'm fine. No, it's good. No, they're not worried. It's good. It's good. We'll rooftop it up. Yeah. Well, and you can tell me what the hell I'm looking at here. You can walk me through the plan. That way, I'm familiar with it. I know where we're going and where your head is at, so that if you're assailed in any way, or otherwise distracted from the big mission, I can get in there. I know what to tell someone else to do while I gouge someone's heart out who's attempting to, prey on the whole bloody innocent thing. So, let's get up there and jam. I do my best thinking up there. I don't know about you.
I've never tried, but I suppose I could use a good think also.
Yes, it's like resting your cheek against the naked bosom of the city. And she's so happy to see you, and you just hear her breath rise and fall as your cape. You have to put a cape on so that you've got something to billow in the wind.
All right. You think I can...
It's a big part of it.
I have a cape here.
With that imagery in our minds, let's check in with the last member of our group. Hal. Hey, Hal.
Hello.
What have you been up to today? It's the next day. Wendell's been down copying information with a bard and a walking ball that talks. Lamont and Harlan have been, out, and Igor's been nowhere to be seen.
Hal doesn't know any of this.
Okay.
After the meeting with the people yesterday, she went up to her room and has not been seen since.
Okay, why is that?
She's just sleeping. She's literally just sleeping and lounging in bed and doing absolutely nothing.
There's a knock on your door.
I'm not home.
Hey, I wanted to, wow, I wanted my throat not to break there, but I wanted to it's Shabaka. I wanted to talk to you. Is that okay?
Yeah, come on in.
Okay. He walks in. He looks a little sheepish, for a nearly 7 foot tall, half orc, muscle bound, kind of like killer.
Hal does not notice. She is sprawled out on the bed in just like pants and a tank top and just staring at the ceiling.
Okay. Yes. So, I jumped your friend.
Yeah.
It wasn't as satisfying as I thought it'd be.
No, what happened?
I hit him like twice, and then he didn't fight back.
Oh, that's depressing.
Yeah. I really thought I was going to get a scrap. I wasn't going to kill him or anything. I just wanted to, break something. Yeah, just pound someone into the ground till they whimper in pain,
Yeah.
Hear the
Good
crunching
old days.
of bones, when you're... And he just kind of whimpered and complained, like, why are you hitting me? I mean...
That's depressing.
Yeah. Like, he looks like the kind of guy that would, like, shank you and fight back, but...
Listen, go to the lighted match and talk to Jimbo. Tell him I sent you.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that'll get you in the some of the fighting. Not all of them. You gotta earn your way into most of them, but that'll get you into some of the fighting rings.
Oh, those are the ones that you, like, made your name for yours. I heard about those.
Yeah.
I've never been able to find them.
Yep. The lighted match. Talk to Jimbo.
Cool.
Tell him you want to dance with the daisies.
Oh, wow. Like code words and stuff too.
Well, yeah, if, the guard gets word of it, they'd shut us down. They've done it a couple times. This is like the third lighted match we've had to set up.
Why am I just finding out about this?
It's like a super secret club.
A super secret fight club?
Yeah.
Are there any rules?
I mean, you'll have to talk to them there because I can't talk to you about it because you're not officially part of the club yet.
Oh.
But
so if you're not part of the club, you can't talk about the club.
Right, exactly. And she's like that. She's still just dead ass staring at the ceiling during all this. No inflection in her voice. It's just straight monotone.
Okay.
Yeah, just, because like there's a regular fight club and then there's like the super secret fight club. Regular fight club, like anybody can join. It kind of sucks. You get like
I've done that one.
Yeah, you get the wimpy ass people who think they're big and tough, but they're little twigs, and you just snap
like your
them in
friend.
half.
Yeah, like your friend. That wasn't fun.
It's disappointing. But yeah, no. Go to the lighted match, talk to Jimbo, tell him you want to dance with the daisies, and that I sent you, and you should be good to go.
Cool.
And if you see Krondar, kick his fucking ass for me. And so he gave me this. Yeah, she lifts an arm up in the air, and you see she's got like this gouge. It's not quite along like the vein that's in your arm. It's kind of like to the side of it, like it looks like that's what he was going for.
Mm-hmm.
But she managed to get out of the way. He gave me this, nearly killed me. Kick his fucking ass.
You want to break something?
Absolutely.
Cool. Okay. Well, when I get off shift, I gotta do the whole watching the hallway thing. But.
Yeah, and don't let Jimbo. Don't bet with Jimbo. He's a swindler.
Don't bet with Jimbo.
Yeah,
swindler. Okay. Cool. Thanks, boss.
Yeah, have fun. Kick some ass.
Hope you feel better.
I'm good. I'm just hanging out.
Okay.
Been waiting for fucking time.
I mean, you don't have to wait for time. It's just like always there, right?
It's a group thing.
Oh, and like your name's group. Yeah, okay. All right, cool. Yeah. All right, I'll go now. Thanks.
Fun. Close the door.
Kind of backs out of the way,
And,
trips
hey,
over some. Yeah.
Have them bring up some honey biscuits.
Oh, yeah. I'll do that.
Thanks.
He closes the door. He's gone for like 2 minutes. You hear a knock on the door again.
What?
Master Howell, it's Reagan. You asked for honey biscuits.
Yeah, you can come in.
Oh, all right. He opens the door. It's like, oh my. Is everything all right?
Yep, just waiting.
Okay. Do you need like whiskey or anything as well?
Nope. Honey biscuits are good.
Honey biscuits. I brought you an Igor's serving just in case.
Perfect. This is why we pay you the big bucks.
Right.
Tell Wendell to give you a raise. I said so.
How about I just
give yourself the raise? Yes.
Yes.
Go for it.
All right. I like that plan.
Yeah.
I could always talk to Barden, but okay, great.
No. Yeah.
Thank you.
Barden's just a figurehead. He doesn't run this place.
Wendell was like looking like, I feel like someone's spending our money.
I feel a disturbance within the books. I don't understand why this is like the third time today. I don't really know what's happening.
All right. Is there anything else I can do for you, Mistress Howell? You look, well, not like yourself.
I'm just waiting.
All right. Well, send Shabaka down if you need anything else.
Will do. Thanks, Reagan.
My pleasure. Closes the door.
She just goes back to staring at the ceiling until somebody comes to get her.
Okay. Back down with Wendell. Or is there anything else? Well, actually, anything else that anyone wants to do today?
Books. I hear that Harlan has spent money. I just write a note, seal it with my seal. I will hand it to Reagan saying, Reagan, if sometime in the future I ask about any of these expenses that have accumulated in the past few days, just give me this.
Really?
And I should one-time use.
He looks so. So this is a get out of jail free card for yourself.
Yes.
Right. He gives you a strange look. There's a slight turn to his lips, like he's kind of smiling, but he catches himself and takes the note and leaves.
Mm-hmm. Dated. It's like and it's got like date range this day to this day. It's got his full signature. Wendell, don't question yourself. It's just a. Should I ask about this? Should I have forgotten we did all this expenditure? This way Wendell doesn't have an actual aneurysm sometime in the near future, in the next year, or so. He'd also ask Reagan how much for those, he was able to get the 10-foot poles, and how much rods of,
oh yes,
movability cost.
The telescoping ROM, the 10-foot poles. Yes, we have a few 10-foot poles.
Wonderful.
Those were just, regular price.
Yes.
A couple silver for the pole. Maybe some of the better ones were gold. I got you the good ones.
No, thank you. Yes.
Imported from Wildemount, actually.
Oh.
Place outside of Rexington.
Lovely. I hear they do good craftsmanship there.
The telescoping ones are from here in town. One of the artificeries took care of it. And what was the other thing you were asking?
Immovable rods?
Immovable rods. That one completely skipped my mind. I'm sorry. I didn't write anything down.
It's all right.
It's just, you surprised me being back in town.
We surprised ourselves a little bit.
I have to prepare myself for the entire group to be here. You have to understand that.
Oh no, I get it. I understand. Apologies.
Wait a second. Imposter. That's not Reagan.
Is it? Could it be?
I have a bad.
There's a really easy way to tell. I just write in my book who has his signature, and if he doesn't respond to me, then that's an easy way to tell.
Roll me a d6, Wendell.
Oh gosh, d6. Here's
one.
Yes,
a d6.
It's pink. How about a 1?
A 1?
Yes.
When Reagan comes back after a few moments, the immovable rods, there's actually a glut of them in the town. They're only 100 gold apiece.
Get
Gilmore had an accident with a multiplication spell, and it made
a bunch of immovable rods. Wonderful.
Well, it caused a lot of damage to the shop. Let's just say that.
Ah, yes, clearance sale. Well, maybe with that case, we should just get one for each of us. 5 immovable rods.
5 immovable rods, 500 gold. I'll have them delivered immediately.
Thank you, Reagan.
Excellent. All right. Was there anything?
Each have a 10-foot pole and an immovable rod for going back to this.
A 10-foot pole, a 10-foot telescoping pole.
Yes.
And an immovable rod.
Yes. I feel like we're ready to go explore an ancient city. Just past the Age of Arcanum now.
Are we okay to go ahead and add that?
Yes. Go ahead and add them to your sheet. That'd be fine. Was there anything in particular on the roof? Was there a conversation that Harlan and Lamont wanted to have up there, or was it just general brooding over the city?
Well, Lamont, do you have a particular preference for a new companion?
Sorry? Are you hitting on me right now? Because I'm just not... I've got so much going on, and I just thought this would be like kind of more of a bodyguard thing. It's not...
Nothing like that.
Up here on the rooftop, make out with you. I'm having fun with you, buddy. What do you mean? What?
Well, the cartographer wants us
to... Sorry. No, go ahead. Cartographer, right? Do I want to make out with the cartographer?
No.
I'm just messing with. No, I'm serious. I know what you're talking about. No, yes, if you want to hang out with them, and if you need them on the big mission, on the big journey, Yeah.
Well, we have a choice to make, and I was wondering if you had a preference.
Between the
think I would-
cartographer and the robot?
Well, there's the robot, the vampire in a box, a tiefling bard, and other one that I know Harlan would remember.
I want to go with whoever you're. Don't make that up to me. I just as soon pick the weird little robot. I got a thing for weird little robots. I don't know. I think they're funny.
All right. Well,
I had a cat that was a robot for like 10 minutes, but I don't know. I haven't seen it in a while. Around here, then I died. And I don't know. I haven't seen it since. Anyway, what were we talking about? Oh, you want a new friend? Yeah, whoever you want.
all right.
I thought we'd come up here and you could just like in a general way, as much as I would just run me through the plan.
All right. Well, we're going to go back in time, and we are going to find where they created the mechanism that birthed Avon.
And Avon, I've just met, seriously, I know who Avon is. Keep going. Yes.
And we are going to stop him from destroying the world and
right
of apocalypse happening. Yes.
Okay. All right. And if we get there, any what are the potential hazards here? You know, just sort of him being all powerful from go. You know, you're hoping to get at him when he's like a baby god.
Hopefully, before he becomes one.
Before he was a sphere, was he like a guy?
I'm not really sure what form he takes.
Oh, well, yeah. As soon as we find out, because if he's like a guy, then we're in business. Because I can kill a guy real fast. That's a thing that I do. I'll just get him. Just go right at him in the dark of night. It's fine. He's victimized plenty of innocent people years from then, totally ready to mete out swift justice before he actually does it. That sounds like an awesome. I'm liking this more and more the more you explain it to me. Okay. So, but if he's a sphere, if he's like a rock, then we'll need like a big hammer. Or like we'd have to play like a certain note that will crack the rock to get to the chewy insides. Like on a harp or a lute. What's one we could take with us? Like a triangle. We'll bring a variety of triangles.
You have lost me.
What? No, this is a good. Okay, no, I'll drop the whole musical thing because the point is, if it's a guy, we'll just kill him. If he's not a guy, we'll go from there.
I don't think he's.
Maybe he'll be like a bunny rabbit or something. You know, something easy, like a squirrel, a woodchuck, that then became like sentient and then turned into a rock that destroyed mankind.
As this conversation descends into an ultimate madness on the rooftop of the Gray Skull Shadow Inn, we're going to turn the clocks forward a bit to the next day. As everyone, Igor has finished his bath and has served his master. Wendell has continued to eat and write. Lamont has
he takes breaks to eat so that he does not, mar the book
soil
with food. Yes.
Okay. Lamont has pontificated upon the.
This is what happens when the guy can't sleep anymore. Now he's gonna be up all night talking to you. Good time.
Like Lamont goes on a long diatribe about the proper properties of triangles and breaking rocks
and the nature of evil.
Nature of evil, yes, those go on. Hal lays across her bed, staring at the ceiling, eating honey rolls, and Harlan watches as his IQ is reduced by at least 100 from listening to Lamont. The next day dawns as Wendell finishes the transcription of the journal. It is breakfast time. Some of the servers have brought in the normal group breakfast in the main area. Does everyone come down for breakfast this morning?
Absolutely. I'm probably in the kitchen trying to serve breakfast.
And they're not allowing you to. They're fighting you for it right now.
Eagles should be fighting. There's going to be
It's a battle.
Yeah. There's
you rage? Are you going to? There's a lot of raging. And,
yeah, there might be raging. If they push me, there's going to be raging. There's going to be like grits flying everywhere, oatmeal, flour, bacon grease, and things getting eaten, and yeah.
And then the woman who runs the kitchen just hits the table, the butcher block table, with her spoon one time. It's a loud crack like lightning and thunder across the sky, and everyone stops.
Igor too.
Igor?
Yep.
I'm not going to have you acting like that in my kitchen, all right? I need you to leave so we can do our job.
Dishevel's got flour and egg bits on him.
I mean, if you stick around, I could throw you in the oven and make you into a bread with all that flour on you.
Fine, that probably wouldn't be very tasty anyways. Or we'll be out
I don't know.
here.
With enough butter and sugar, you might be tasty.
I'm like, is she coming on to Igor? Igor will be like, I don't think I taste very good. You win this go around, lady.
Cool. I win every go around as it's my kitchen. Now run along.
Igor slinks away, not happy about this. I will remember this.
So we have Igor, Harlan, Lamont, and Wendell in the dining area eating breakfast.
Harlan uncharacteristically stumbles in and plops down in his chair, his eyes bloodshot.
Harlan, are you all right?
Oh, sorry, I had a long night.
Should I congratulate you or apologize?
What?
He just looks at you.
You just look terrible.
Thank you. He adjusts his toupee.
When you walked in, it was like a beret. It was half on. All right, so everyone's eating breakfast. Wendell's finished the journal. Hal, are you still staying up in your room? Okay. Reagan makes sure to send a plate of food up to your door. That just knocks and leaves it outside in case you want it. All right. About halfway through breakfast, Garrett and Gearbox make their way in again. Gearbox sees the journal closed. Are you done?
Oh, sorry, yes, I zoned out for a moment. I think all that writing the past couple of days have gotten to me. Yes, I have completed copying said journal.
Ah, good. Gearbox needs you to hand journal back so Gearbox can deliver.
Yes, Gearbox. Here you are.
Takes it. There's like a hatch opens up on his head. He puts it in. Hatch closes. You hear a lock.
Huh?
Gearbox would like to ask if you have decided which companion you wish to go with you on your expedition.
One moment, Gearbox, and I look to the rest of my group, which is group.
Garrett pulls out his lute and starts playing like thinking music.
Yeah. I also, before turning it in, I would have asked, because they were sitting here all day yesterday.
Right, okay.
What,
retroactive questions.
Yes, retroactive question for our dear, Tiefling Bard. Just to see how traumatized he might be.
Mm-hmm.
You know, do you read romance novels at all during like a snack break, like food break?
Why would I read romance novels? I am the romance novel. Have you seen me? I mean, come on.
Well, I mean, I personally.
I sing. I play an instrument. I am an excellent fingerer of the lute.
I see.
I don't need any help in reading about other people's failed romances.
Well, I just was curious. You do any reading at all? Then, fiction. I've read a fascinating
Sheet
book
music.
about time travel. Wondering.
I
if you were
read sheet
into-
music.
Sheet
I
music.
don't read fantasy and fanciful things.
No.
No.
Well, say you did. What do you think about the concept of time travel?
That's an excellent question. What does he think?
Because
Oh.
I'm sure
Oh,
Gearbox is, he's a modron. But how does this chief? Would we scar him for life?
I dated a divination wizard for a while back.
Did you?
And she had this whole thing on time, and in order to grease the wheels, if you might say, I did a bit of study of different types of time magic and whatnot,
Yes.
just so I could be versed in conversation with this young lady. It seems like a bag of weasels, to be honest with you. I mean, you make one mistake and you're never going to come back to the same place. So it's one of those things that, and then there's a lot of discussion. Like, once you go back in time, your past becomes your future, and the future is your past. And so can you ever really go back to the time that you left, or is it a new time? There's all these conversations about it. And to be honest, I don't have enough wine really to get into it right now.
No. Would you like enough wine to get into it?
It's early or late. No, because I'm not attracted to you, and that was the only reason I did this the first time. So,
I have a wine.
Don't get me wrong.
That's the only reason I offered wine is because
you look like you have money, and you look like you're attractive for whatever it is that you do. So I'm sure if I was, you'd be perfectly acceptable.
Don't worry, I'm not into you either. I just have a winery
Oh, good,
business,
good.
and I try to push
I was
wine
running
off
out
onto
of platitudes. I'm
people.
sorry. I
No,
don't...
no offense taken. It's just,
Okay, good, good. All right. Any other strange questions for me?
So you just think the whole time travel thing's more trouble than it's worth? That's it.
I mean, going back in time, or even forward in time. I mean, forward in time, I would imagine would be a little bit easier because your future is still your future.
You've been
But
there.
then again, your future would become your past again because then you'd have to go back. It just seems so. See, I'm getting that. I'm getting the headache
so
again.
So far back that you weren't even born yet. Anyways, just things to think on. I liked that song you were plucking about half an hour ago, and then it just goes back to writing.
Okay. And that happened yesterday.
Yes, it did. So, Wendell would have relayed to Harlan. He's a giant time travel skeptic, thinks it's more trouble than it's worth. In case you were wondering, I'm all down for having a big party on the airship and taking them all with us. But, a send-off party, if you will. We could try to manage it, but we should really pick one in case they don't fall for it. We're terrible. We're like, we'll just have a big send-off party, and then just, oh man, that'd be awful. But
I think Harlan's pretty partial to Gearbox.
we can do. Gearbox does seem fairly useful.
If there must be a choice.
Right.
Meh.
Right.
So Garrett and Gearbox are standing there. Garrett's still
Gearbox.
playing the thinking music, which is basically the Jeopardy theme.
Oh man, I love that. Why'd you have? Okay. I think Gearbox might be better suited for appraising antique things where we're going. Garrett, did you want to see the airship we're traveling on before we go? We're thinking of having a send-off party. This evening.
I mean, they're rare and all,
friends.
but why?
This one doesn't let's just say it's not run by the typical airship guild. It's a private airship. And
Yeah, no, I'm gonna
No.
go back with Gearbox and check in with the Cardophile, make sure everything's cool.
all right.
Centimere is just he's going off this morning. He's
Was he really?
he's just having a time. Like I don't know something. He got a cricket in his case or something. I don't know what happened, but he's
Ooh.
having a problem. So we're gonna run back. Okay, so when were you planning on leaving so we can get your Gearbox to you?
Look at Harlan. That's all on Harlan.
Right after the party.
Right after the send-off party. Yes. This evening?
Okay, well that's great. You guys
This
have a good party.
afternoon? Yes.
This afternoon. Okay, I'll have Gearbox here by this afternoon. That'll
Great.
Okay.
Tell the Cardophile he's welcome to come if he wants to see the vessel for the send-off.
I think he's got a meeting today.
Today, really?
Yeah, it's
Interesting.
some organization. He didn't tell me much about it. My.
All right.
That's-
Well, we'll just be going then.
Oh,
Getting
okay.
everything ready.
That's good. All right. Well, I'll get Gearbox back here. You just. Okay.
All right.
Pleasure
Lovely
doing business
chatting
with you guys. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for not running off with the book. Because I would have gotten in a lot of trouble with that.
I imagine you would have. Yes.
All right. Cool. All right. So, toodaloo. And he and Gearbox head out. Let's go upstairs to Howl, who's lying still on her bed, staring at the ceiling.
Mhm.
It's morning, about breakfast time. Reagan just dropped off the breakfast. Did you go out and get it?
No, but I do think she draws a bath.
Okay. As the water's running, you hear a knock on the door again. It's a heavy kind of knock. You think it might be Shabaka again.
Okay, I'll go check on her.
All right, you open the door and you look at him, and he is beat to hell. Like, he looked like there was like 15 guys and they all got shots in. But he's smiling and he is happy.
Oh.
Hey,
Hey,
I got to fight.
I
It was
can
great.
see that.
Like, I got there and Jimbo's just like, I've got an opening. And he goes, any friend of Hal's is a main event for me. And I
Yeah.
was like, okay. I like pounded people into paste. Oh, so good. So much fun. Oh, Krondar? Hey, you're not going to worry about him anymore.
Nice. Good job.
I literally broke his eye. Like,
Nice.
oh. That was,
Like popped it? Did it squelch?
it crushed and then it squished. And
Nice.
yeah, his eye got in my eye. It was kind of really
Ugh.
like weird, but yeah, it was great. It was like, oh, wow.
Good job. I'm
I just had to
glad
say-
you enjoyed it.
I had to say thanks. Like, since I'm not really doing the old job I used to do, since I'm just working here watching a hallway, you guys aren't even freaking here half the time.
It's true.
I'm bored. So yeah.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe one day you'll take my title.
Jimbo was mentioned. He said that if I got a big enough following, he's going to talk to you about a big like cage match sort of thing, like you versus me.
Yeah.
I mean, that'd be awesome. I'll try not to pop your eye or anything. I
That
know
would be-
promises.
Yeah, no promises, but it'd be appreciated if you tried not to.
Well, no, I mean, I know how you are. Look, I could only hope to stay in the ring with someone like you. All right, so I take people out.
Yeah.
You punish them. That's the difference. I
That's-
understand.
You're not wrong.
So, but I just want to say, thank you. It was great. I'm gonna be like, I got Reagan bringing me up a steak so I could put on my eye here and just kind of sit in the hallway.
Nice.
I'm gonna eat. He's gonna cook it for me later too, so it'll be fine. It'll be great.
There you
So,
go. Double duty.
Yep. Thanks again.
No problem.
Oh, your breakfast is here on the floor, by the way.
All right.
You want me to give it to you?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Thanks, though.
Thanks again. Cool.
No problem.
All right.
She'll
I'll be
close
down
the
the hall.
door. Yep. She
He's
like
still kind of
waves.
like back at yeah.
Yeah, she'll close the door because this conversation is going on way too long, and she'll go hop in the bath.
Okay. So you're taking a bath.
Yep.
And so you guys are downstairs. You got the journal. What are you going to do?
Right, well, we should probably get some food, supplies, and things onto the airship. A barrel of wine. You know, things we might need in the city while we're, you know, possibly, potentially roughing it. We're going into unknown times. Well, we should also check in to see if our clothes are done from the tailors, because we had to make us some period clothing.
To be honest, I forgot about that. Then you said that, I was like, oh yeah.
Reagan knocks on the door.
Yes,
You have several deliveries.
Oh, wonderful.
We have one from the final form. It's a box of all sorts of things, and the bill was extensive, but they said it was put on charge to the end. So,
Yes, those are my things. Please.
all right. Well, it's on a cart out here. It's kind of heavy. There's a lot to it. So you'll take care of that. Okay, good.
Window starts just breathing a little heavier. He's like, if Reagan says it was exorbitant, how much was it?
1,800 gold.
1,800 gold.
Yes. That's what the bill was, and
I assume it was things for our trip, Holland. Yes. All right.
It is necessary.
All right. He just takes a nice long sip of his breakfast wine.
Oh, and the other packages, there's 5 of them. One for everyone. It's from the tailor.
Oh, wonderful.
Did you have, I mean, you know, we have a house tailor. You could have.
We did use the house tailor.
Oh, you did? You would never.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't even know about it. All
Yes.
right, but that's fine. But I hope she did a good job.
I'm sure she did.
Was there anything else you needed?
Nope, I think we'll be all right. Some lunch, maybe. Maybe we could pack us a nice large lunch.
Oh, all right, I'll go with the kitchen, make sure they take care of it.
Thank you.
Master Lamont, Master Harlan, anything else you might need?
I would like a fresh potato for lunch.
Maybe a bag of potatoes for the road.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. We'll have a bag of potatoes prepared
you.
for you.
Thank you.
Master Lamont?
No.
Okay, excellent. Should I know anything about the disposition of Mistress Howe? She's been in her room since a few days ago, and is everything all right?
Should we do a wellness check?
If you want to, Lamont, you should go
Well,
ahead.
Shabaka said she was fine. He spoke with her this morning, but
Jeez.
I'm just, you know, as the factor here for group at the Grey Skull, I just like to know the disposition of my charges. So I'm only asking because she herself is hesitant to tell me.
She's a little upset, but I think she'll be fine.
All right. So is this one of those things like I should stay away from her at all costs, or
If that was a couple of days ago, I would have said yes, but I think it's safe now for you.
All right. Well, I'll do what you need me to do, and you're leaving today. Is that?
Yes, we are. We are leaving today.
You tell her to.
Make sure she has her things ready for this afternoon.
Oh, you want me to speak with
I mean,
Mistress
if
Howell
you were
about-
going to, if not, we could send Lamont.
No. That's my job. I'll take care of it. Yes. If there's anything else you need, just send me a message. I'll make sure that it's ready for you before you leave.
Wonderful.
Tell her I died. That'll put her in a really good mood. And then she'll come down.
But that's a lie.
And he just grabs something else to put in his mouth.
I'd rather not.
Half truth. Half, maybe less than half. More. I don't know.
Half.
Good luck. Good luck, pal.
He
Good luck.
bows, closes the door.
Heaven help you if she's that cranky.
She didn't
So-
kill Shabaka, so.
Road trip. I should have asked him for a deck of cards.
I don't think you'll need a I think there'll be plenty of other entertainment that you won't need a deck of cards where we're going.
Okay.
All right, upstairs, Reagan knocks on the door. Hal, you're in the bath. You hear the knock.
What now?
No, I'm sorry, it's Reagan. I come bearing a message.
Yeah,
Should I just yell it through the door?
you can come in, I guess.
All right. He walks in. He's like, "Oh," and he turns around immediately. Apologies. I didn't know you were in the bath. Your companions say that I should check on you to say that they're leaving this afternoon, and that you should gather all the things you find necessary. And if you need anything, let me know.
What a bunch of fucking cowards.
Yes.
Thanks, Reagan.
I'm sorry.
Nope, you're good. Thank you.
All right. You just let me know if there's anything that you need.
Will do.
All right. And he walks out without looking back.
Hey, Reagan,
Yes, ma'am.
take another raise.
Yes, ma'am. I'll be the highest paid employee here in no time.
Aren't you already?
I was pretty sure I thought I was.
Shh. He's like,
She kind of chuckles a little bit and then like dips under the water.
all right. So, is there anything else you guys wanted to do today before you head off to the airship and fun times and pastimes?
I'm ready to rock it.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And Wendell, he's got a bit of hand cramping after copying a book and writing a
Oh,
lot
I
for those 2
imagine
days.
so.
But he definitely gets all their bundles together of the supplies that he sent Reagan to get.
Mhm.
Whatever you would get for an expedition, Reagan. What? Just he gets Howls all together a little bundle, and he ties it all up very nicely with a bow, but like have it be nice and presentable for her.
Okay. And Gearbox is delivered and is waiting with you. Anything else?
Holland just checks over the things that he received from the shop.
They're all there in the quality you expect.
Perfect. And
You do find stickers in some of them that show that the price was at least half of what you were charged.
well, I needed it at a certain time, and that was what was provided. So, suppose sometimes you have to pay a premium for these things.
Of course.
He's going to, probably start moving towards the ship with that stuff. Then,
All right. It's about a 2-hour walk outside of town, unless you decide to take the carriage that is associated with the Gray Skull.
With a flying carpet.
Or the flying carpet. But you walked the last time.
We
so-
did walk last time. We were trying to be on the DL, and I think that's going to be the case again.
Okay, so you do another 2-hour walk to the airship. All right. Is it the same way, Hal following about 50 yards back, or is she walking with them?
No, she's like 2 hours after they said they were leaving, she shows up.
Okay.
okay, that could be plenty of time for system checks.
Okay. So while you're waiting for Hal to arrive, you're doing a system check, and you find that there is a significant issue with the main time apparatus. Something that wasn't there before. Romy, what would you like to roll to check this?
Let's see. I have my vehicle's flying. Could work.
Okay, well that would be for maneuvering.
Investigation.
Okay, give me an investigation check.
Okay. And then, you know what? I'll ask Lamont for help.
Does Lamont give help?
Yeah. What? Hold something down? Do I need to put my finger on something?
Well, there appears to be an anomaly with this time part here. Can you look over there? Tell me if you see any damage. And then I'll roll that.
All right, a 19. You give a cursory examination. You spend at least half of the time that you expect to wait for Hal trying to diagnose this particular problem. But for some reason, it is outside of your grasp initially. You are unable to diagnose what is causing this error to arrive in your apparatus. At this point, the time ship will not fly. Well, it will fly, but it will not go through time.
Right? Can't I fix shit? Wasn't there a thing like at the beginning where I have like that inexplicable like fix shit ability?
Mending?
Mending, right?
That is a spell, but I do not believe it would work on this because I believe it works on mundane items. And this is not a mundane item.
Oh.
Would be I would assume the
A 19 would have worked for anything other than how nearly critting her I break shit.
Oh, right.
Yes.
Okay. Well, then I'm just hurriedly trying to like check everything.
Here. Harlan. Let me give you a little guidance.
Okay.
Pat.
Okay.
All right. So you're guided now. You've got Lamont helping. This will be it for the second hour.
Okay. Do you want to roll again here?
I'm just
give me another.
Wendell's just supervising, like, what if you put that there? And he has no idea what he's talking about, but it's guidance. You can roll a D4 on top of 23.
The DC was 22.
Okay.
With a 23, you've taken off the front panel, and you notice on the back side of the front panel there seems to be a displacement of the metal. Like you couldn't tell from the front.
Doesn't that
but
metal
it looks
look
like
dented?
Yes, and that it caused a dislocation of a very small piece. You're able to find the bolt that came loose. You're able to straighten the small attachment that was there, and you piece it all together. And it takes, well, you're still working on it when Hal arrives. Hal, you board the ship inside the secret hangar of Harlan's poor farm. You make your way up, and you see Harlan, Lamont, and Wendell all working on the machine that you kicked on the way out.
She does not acknowledge any of them. She just goes and takes a seat at the prow of the ship.
It is, and because that's where you lurked the last time. There's a nice like little bundle with a bow with a 10-foot pole and the collapsible 10-foot pole and the immovable rod and some like rations and things and like your historically accurate clothing, and it's just got like to Hal from Wendell and group and he wondered when he wrote the notes if he should say, "Don't ask how I know your measurements," but he thought that might make him more weirded out, and so he just put like and Igor X, and then like a little like smiley face, which is really awkward because Wendell doesn't usually put smiley faces on things, but that's what it looks like.
It's a really poor smiley face.
The
smiley face has a mustache.
She doesn't go through it. She just moves it out of her seat and sits down and ignores everyone.
Yeah, but that's what's there for you onto the side of your seat.
So Harlan, Wendell, and Lamont are still working on this time machine to go. It's starting to get dark, but it's a time machine. What does it matter? Igor, what are you doing on the ship right now?
Oh, helping prep for getting underway, whatever that may be. Because Igor doesn't know ships. So,
I imagine you're probably feather dusting the entire thing to make sure it's clean.
I mean, if that's what I'm ordered to do by Wendell or Harlan, or...
There's no way that could go bad.
It's fine. I'm gonna walk around.
Like you can clean the decks and all the railings.
Look at all these beautiful buttons.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
gonna make it so sparkly.
Yeah,
Igor's gonna make every button sparkle.
Okay. In your cleaning, while the repairs are being done, you found yourself on the bow of the ship, and Hal's there.
Oh, hello, Al. Do you need some cleaning?
No.
Are you sure your clothes look a little bit spotty?
Don't fucking touch me. You should leave.
Okay, shoots yourself. Goes around her, like he feathered dust behind her, then goes around her and picks up where he left off and keeps on going.
Oh, it's so mean, even to Igor. Wow.
He's the one who hauled her onto the fucking carpet.
What?
He was only doing what Wendell told him to do.
Hal's pissed at fucking everyone.
I know, it's glorious. All right, roll me a d6, Harlan.
No idea what to do about that. Uh-oh. Okay, here we go. Yep. 3.
All right, it takes a good solid 3 hours of work to get the machine back to where it is throwing out no errors and is operating as expected.
Well, an unexpected beginning, but I think we should be okay now.
Fix it?
Yes, I believe we're ready to get moving.
Right.
Okay, at this point, I need Wendell Eustace Abernathy Lucius Throckwaddle Hossefeber the Fourth of the Haversham
Hossefebers.
I need you to roll. Are you proficient in performance?
No.
Are you proficient in what's the word I'm looking for? Forgeries and work like that?
No.
Okay. How would you like to roll for your copying of the journal? What would you like to roll? Give me a suggestion. We can make it a skill check of 3, or we can put it all on 1.
Well, I feel like history might be applicable because it is a very old book, and so knowing like how it's laid out, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
He's a big book nerd.
Okay.
So maybe some history. We could do 3. That sounds fun.
Okay.
So
we'll do a history
roll for the observation and the preservation of the types of work in the book. And then
I would like a dex or a charisma.
Okay.
For your just general copy. Like I was thinking performance would be,
all right.
How well you copy this down and how legible it is. And I don't know if that exactly fits, but it's just a straight charisma.
I'm really good at persuasion, but I do have performance, which is not proficient, which is my charisma, which is 5.
Well, you could just do a charisma check. I know you're a charisma
Certainly.
Caster, so.
Yes.
And then what would you like the
history,
third to be?
And you wanted a Dexy thing?
Yeah, we could do a Dexy thing to see
Ooh.
how well your penmanship is.
Or we could do like a wisdom thing, maybe, to see how things go.
We'll go with how about insight to see how well you understand the drawings.
I like that.
Okay. We have 3. So we're going to have the first roll is going to be a history.
The fancy solid metal
look at
die. Well, that doesn't count because it fell on the floor. All right, but we're going to be rolling this.
Okay.
So we're going to go for the first one, which will be the history check. That was a natural 20. So 20.
Damn you and your golden snitch.
Look, I haven't used this dice in ages. I found it while cleaning behind my desk the other day.
Okay, so a natural 20
Roll
plus what?
Plus 3. 23.
Okay, so a 23.
Now we'll do the performance, which is not as good, but I have a good performance, so that'll be 17.
Okay, 17.
Yeah, so 12 plus 5 is 17. And then an insight check. Which... It's another natural 20. I
believe you. I do believe you. It works out that way.
I will never
I was going
roll
to send
like
you
this
off
again.
into the wilds of time, but no, with 2 natural 20s and a 17, the journal has
which
been
puts it at
copied.
24. I'm not great at intelligence or wisdom-based skills.
You have copied it impeccably. It is like every single detail. You will miss nothing and have full access to any information that came from the journal. So you know exactly where to start. If you were to travel there yourself, it would be several days of flight before you made it to the Ash Keepers and the path or that they last arrived at. You find that you need to arrive in the Ash Keepers at the edge of where the forest begins to fade away, and there is a cliff and a tunnel complex. That is the last place that anyone has any record of these travelers, these explorers going. That's where the book ends. Most of the travel in the book and the maps just get you to that part. Since you're flying, and since you have a time ship, you can get within a couple days, if not right on the spot, depending upon how well Harlan navigates. So, yeah, that's great. You guys aren't going to have any extra added time now because of that roll.
Pact of the Tome Warlock? I'm really good with books. That's
books,
my
yes.
only the next time I use this, it's going to be like 2, 1, 7. And I just know it.
You know what? It worked for this because I
did.
had contingencies and they're all out the window for that. So, Harlan, are we pushing off now?
Get on the intercom.
I
Yes.
was going to say though, did Igor go into pressing any buttons, or are we not going down that path?
You were cleaning buttons, but I thought you were using prestidigitate, so I wasn't going to actually make you press any buttons.
Okay, perfect. No, that's fine. It's fine. Carry on.
Unless you'd like to press a button, because there are some very pretty buttons.
No, it's fine.
A couple large red ones as well.
No. You're tipping back.
One that says "Do not push" for whatever reason. It flashes occasionally like a heartbeat.
It's actually a fake button.
Igor pushes that button.
It was the Igor button that Harlan put in because he knew you'd be there, and
Igor pushed it, and then he pushed it a couple more times. But anyways,
and it clicked, and it whirled, it vibrated, it like there was a couple lights, and and nothing else happened.
Perfect.
It's your Igor button. Like, he
Yeah,
hits him with this one, he won't mess with the others.
Exactly.
It's like
underneath, there's no connection to
pedestal,
anything. It's just a button.
Makes an interesting noise.
I just wanted to check before we got underway in case Igor did something stupid. I didn't know if we wanted to go down that path or not. But no, go ahead, carry on, Harlan.
Okay, that's perfect. All right, so the roof of the barn splits as it's designed to do with its counterweights, and the airship, the Chad, takes off. Gearbox is moving around the deck excitedly. Gearbox never seen anything like this. Gearbox loves this. Gearbox wants to know how it was made. He's just chattering as he wanders around.
Someone should probably hold him.
Okay.
Igor, go give Gearbox a hug.
Okay.
Igor, hug the robot.
Hugs the robot. Hello, little
Gearbox
robot.
is like a 500-pound solid metal object.
Which is why we are having Igor hug him.
Hello, little robot. Igor, hug.
All right, so Igor hugs the robot. Gearbox loves you, and Gearbox gives you a big hug back.
Oh, shucks, this is pretty good. And Igor's going to go and do a hug fest and just hug
Okay,
everybody.
so Igor hug fest the Modron.
Yep.
Harlan, you've been given the exact coordinates, location, time, and place that you need to go. How far back are you going?
Because so we needed to go
800
years back,
something.
right?
It was a what, like 800 and something years.
800 years back? Okay.
You
long
know
time.
that 850 years ago was pretty much the understood end of the calamity after the great war between gods and man and betrayer gods, ending the Age of Arcana.
Dates in the
And
book
it was
to give us a help.
You know that the dates in the book are kind of off because it was hard to tell what was going on at that time. They weren't even sure because there was 50 years of just recovery. And so old Harlan told young Harlan about 800 years was the target.
Mm-hmm. Let's go back 805 then.
Okay, 805.
Just to have plenty of time if we need it. Just get a look around.
Waiting for that butterfly effect to kick in.
It's going to be fine. There's no butterfly. It's fine.
All right. So I need a flying ship check to see how well you handle your
You've
time
got this,
ship.
Harlan.
All right.
Slap
With guidance.
All right. We'll do this. Okay. I think instead of rolling that 7, I think I'd rather roll a 15.
Okay, so it's a 15 plus 8, which will give you 23. Plus 3 is 26. Just like the last time, the whole ship begins to vibrate. Hal on the bow of the ship sees the tear as it begins to rip. It's almost like a zipper going this time. It goes underneath the ship and around the ship, and you just see space split. It's dark. It's black. And then the lights start flashing. It gets hot. It gets loud. And it goes for a very long time this time. You're not just going, the Star Trek shake. Everybody move to the left. Everybody to the left. It seems like it goes on forever. There is no sound. There is no recognizable sight. But yet you feel these things. And then a rush of all sorts of sensation. Your body tingles. Your eyes are overwhelmed. You're hot. You're cold. And then it stops. And you feel the heat of the sun through the windows upon you as Hal sees the tear subside and slowly close in front of the ship and fold away. And you see that you're sitting over a forest near a range of mountains that look to be less than a day's travel by air away.
All right. Well, I think we are here.
But definitely not where we were. Oh.
Good job, everybody. Well done.
Can I stop poking the robot?
Yes.
If you want to.
Igor gives one more big hug. And lets him go.
Harlan, you look at your machinery and you see that you made it almost to the exact time that you were looking. You shot for 805 years. You ended up at 799.
Oh my. Okay. All right.
Not bad for the first major time travel jump. You've only done 3 days, then a year, and then 799. It's a pretty good jump.
It appears we're slightly off, but
Pardon?
Well, a few years later than I expected, but it shouldn't be much of a problem. I'll just have to recalculate. But until then, we should have a look
This
around.
also was a very turbulent time in space and time a bit. Perhaps that affected the calculations just based on where we wound up.
After every ruined time.
Not that we are aware
Yes.
of.
Yes,
Yet.
Igor, we have.
How high up is the ship?
At this point, roll a d6, Harlan.
4.
400 feet in the air.
Okay.
I wouldn't jump off, Hal.
Don't goldfish this one,
No,
please.
Hal's gonna. She like glances over the edge, and she just kind of reaches down and picks up that packet, and puts it over the edge, and just lets go.
Okay. So
she just throws it away.
The change of clothes, the rations that were set aside, the 10-foot pole, the collapsible 10-foot pole, and the
Movable rod. Just the immovable rod. Click on and just sits there midair.
Let's hear do it.
No, she's in the bow. Everybody else is in the command. I mean, the only person that might see it would have been the Modron and Igor.
And the note is still like she made sure the note was like tucked into the clothes or something, so it doesn't fly away.
Okay. It
And she just
disappears
drops it.
below the ship.
Yep.
I believe
Now
we
have
should.
nothing to eat.
I mean, she's got her pack and all of her own personal rations, but
Okay.
I think we need to head towards the cliffs then.
Probably. That was accurate. Compared to the book.
That's what the journal tells you.
Let's go scope them out.
Right.
I will.
Should we- Do we want to park the airship anywhere safe for the time being and scout on foot or fly by flying carpet, or do we want to just take the airship right in?
You're perhaps right. I'm hesitant to just leave it out of our sight.
I am as well, but we don't know what the technology is currently like here for flying vehicles. Perhaps we can ask Gearbox. Perhaps we should also let Gearbox know we've traveled through time if they do not know.
Yes, we should definitely consult him. We need to find some place we can hide it then.
Yes.
Hmm.
Only we'd thought to ask Reagan for an airship-sized camouflage blanket.
Or we could paint the whole thing matte black.
That's not going to... No.
Master, what if
Or think about it.
No.
That's what I'm saying.
Matte black does not blend in most places.
Master,
Say as Lamont stands out against the bright blue sky
Yes.
behind him.
Yes.
if we camouflage the ship, Master, wouldn't it mean it'd be hard for us to find it again?
Yes, but we'll know where we've left it. Hopefully.
Igor, you put down the Modron gearbox, but as you did, you heard him very quietly complaining that his chronometer is off, like error, gearbox chronometer reset, time incorrect, gearbox needs resetting, error, gearbox error.
The robot broke. You broke the robot when we went back in time.
Wait, maybe we just...
Igor,
Gearbox.
did you broke the robot?
I'm just too hard now we're saying these things. Somebody help me, what have I done?
All right.
You
Yeah,
didn't
hold on,
turn it
Igor.
upside down, did you?
I can do it, but I can if I want. Igor,
No, Igor, don't.
No, that might be
Igor,
like a snow
no.
globe. You might like screw up its balance or something.
Just...
He's like halfway.
down.
Like,
No,
Gearbox.
put him
I
down.
should have held the robot.
No.
Please recalibrate your chronometer.
Is that what you say, Harlan?
Yes.
Igor looks at it.
Gearbox will recalibrate. Should Gearbox reset positive or negative compared to baseline?
Negative?
Gearbox's chronometer should be somewhere in the ballpark range of 799 years before it was previously.
You see Gearbox, like his arms pop inside, and then it gets very quiet. He stops. The error sound keeps going. It stops going off. Gearbox is quiet and
Might take
immobile.
Yes. Well, we don't know how long those calibrations will take. Good thing his name isn't Garrus.
Nerds.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well done. Well done. Space boyfriend strikes again.
Yes, always. Always calibrating. But I suppose maybe we could fly in the direction we need to go, but keep a good spot to hide the ship. Maybe in the mouth of one of the caves or something, if they're big enough.
We'll, I'll keep it as low as possible. Try to stay out of sight.
Wise.
But the two of you recognize that it would be at least a good day's worth of flying at a moderate speed in the airship to arrive in the general location of where the tunnel complex begins. Is that what you do now?
That is where we are heading.
Okay.
So, Marshall, where we're going, we're going to fit the entire ship, or we're going to have to go on foot?
They take me over it at about 200 feet. Okay? I leap over the side. I will drop and then unfurl my cloak at about the 125 feet mark. Then I will glide like a leaf on the wind directly through the window of the establishment. And
stop for a moment. You are above a forest.
I think he's telling us his plans.
That is unbroken. In the distance.
And then I look over the side and I'm like, oh wait, that's not an establishment.
In the distance, you see an unblemished mountain range. Snow-capped
That's an unblemished
peaks.
mountain range. What the hell are we doing out here?
Well,
There'd be like a big building that said the prison on it or whatever.
Oh,
we are looking for a city. I assume there would be some
they
sort of
might
building.
have a prison. I mean, I don't know. It really depends on how the city's run. But
Why do you
I'm listening.
yes, why prison? Why?
That's what we're doing. We only need the machine, right? We're looking for the
We
machine.
need to destroy the
Yeah.
machine. Yes.
We're destroying the machine. The machine's not in the
Yes.
forest. There's no machine down there.
Well, it could be, but I
Bunch
doubt
of trees.
it. Yes, there are many trees in forests.
Unless they painted the machine black, and that's why you can't see it from up here, which is why
If
that's such a good
the
idea.
machine was black, we would definitely be able to see it from here because black is not efficient camouflage
No, would you?
in nature because very few things are actually true black. Dark brown would be a much better
Anyway, this
color.
true black shit. If the machine was black, if this ship was black, its countenance would strike terror, and that would be helpful for either
The
the, ship or
machine's
the
purpose
machine.
is not to strike terror.
Okay, but the machine's
And-
purpose is finish that thought. Machine's
To-
purpose is
Unleash Avum. Evil orb of
I remember
evil.
that part. Right. Yes, I remember that part. He was up all night explaining this part to me. I'm on track with that. I'm still looking at a forest.
Yes.
So
We're going to be looking at it for a little while until we reach our destination. This is called traveling, Lamont.
well, my
It's what happens in between places.
My suicide dive with the last minute cloak unfurling plan is not. It's not going to work now.
It would be actually very efficient. It would result in suicide.
Yeah, and that's just an expression. I'm not really here to.
Well, I'm
already-
just letting you
I think
know
I'm
if that's
dead,
what
but-
you wanted.
If I want to try to do it again, die. That is.
Maybe not. Maybe not attempt to try that. It might just happen
Oh.
naturally on its own
All right.
course.
All right, I'm listening. I'm a team player. Go on,
Yes, we're traveling.
guide me.
Trees.
God, I hate that.
Look for caves. We're going to be looking for caves. That's a sign that we're near the right place.
Caves. Okay.
Yes, they will probably not be in the trees, but in the mountains up ahead.
That
Not a
might
lot
be
of tree caves that I've heard of.
a cave.
And I just have given Lamont a task to look for a broody dark cave, and so I think he might be into that for a little while.
Yes. And so you travel.
We're looking for a
On.
cave that, like, one might drive some type of, sleek black carriage out of a secret entrance to their dark lair. But instead of a sleek black carriage, that inspires terror. Perhaps it is a little bit higher off the ground and airship-sized. We're looking for that kind of a cave.
Gotcha.
Find the
Right.
airshipping.
I don't see anything that fits that description just yet. It's trees.
We're heading that way.
Okay. You travel that direction. Hal, is there anything else you want to throw over the side of the ship while they're traveling towards the mountain peaks? Okay. It takes most of the day, while Lamont constantly points out non-existent caves among the trees that are perfectly black and hidden that you can't see, but he can see because...
There it is. No, that's not it. That's like an owl or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Swamp
You finally
gas.
arrive at the location that your old notes and copied journals and maps for Bronsandi's failed expedition has pointed you. As the trees begin to thin out, you enter the rocky foothills of the range. Exactly as indicated on the copy of the original expedition's map that you have, you see a cleft in the rocks about 100 feet up that looks to lead into the start of the twisting tunnel complex that you are looking for. Harlan, it looks like the path that led to this cleft has washed away at some point in the recent past. Maybe if you had arrived at 800 years or 801, the path would still be there. But at this point, the most applicable, the easiest way for you to disembark the ship would be to park the ship at the cleft, 100 feet up.
Well, I think we could park there. I think we. I don't think it would be too obvious. He lowers the ship to the cleft there, and preps the disembark ramp. Well, I think we should have a look around here.
As you step out from the ship off the disembark ramp onto the cleft, you see signs of what might have been a battle some time ago. There are bones, armor, and other remains scattered across this entrance.
It might be a bit late.
We'll make do.
I want to try to investigate the corpses.
Okay. Give me an investigation roll.
Too.
Hal, are you doing anything at this time?
Is everybody got off?
I believe so. Is anyone not getting off the ship?
If Harlan's secured it nicely, I'll get off the ship.
Igor goes with Malsta.
Okay.
Okay, then she's just the last one off the ship and is just standing in the middle of this
Okay.
thing, doing nothing.
Okay. It's just a ledge leading to a series of tunnels. All right. Harlan, what was your roll? An 18?
18.
All right.
Yeah, both of us got 18.
Oh, and Lamont got an 18 as well. Well, I'll put those two together and give Lamont his advantage. That's a 22, so you guys even have more information. You notice that it looks like this was the remains of an expedition of some sort. There are packs that are worn in weather and are torn. There are bones of creatures. That at 22, you see that there are like the remains of sturges here. You also see that it looks like they were overwhelmed. With the 22, Lamont, you are digging through a pack and you find a wrapped, waxed and oiled leather that seems to have survived. And when you unwrap it, you find what looks to be like a new journal that matches the exact same wording and information as the one that Wendell copied 799 years in the past. Or in the future. Sorry. Even I'm your past, your future. This is the journal. Yeah.
Right. I suppose we should clean up these remains then.
Oh, yes, I believe these are the remains that we need to take back with us.
You can tell that some are gnome remains. They've been picked over, at this point by scavengers and whatnot. But it's hard to tell if all the bones you find are specifically just the gnome's remains, but they may be. Hal,
Go back.
even though you're standing there kind of ignoring what your companions are doing, you look at the mouth of this tunnel complex, the yawing, black, inky depth that Lamont's been commenting on for the last, 14 hours as you travel this direction. And you see markings on the wall. Your passive perception caught it like that is sanctuary. That's Thieves' Cant.
Oh.
Like ancient thieves' cant kind of thing, or like modern thieves' cant?
It's archaic.
Okay.
But, Thieves' Cant hasn't changed that much. The markings haven't, and you're able to tell what it is.
And it just says sanctuary?
Just says sanctuary, this way. Follow the path.
Okay.
Wendell, what language do you speak?
Oh! Wendell speaks Common, Elvish, and Deep Speech.
Okay. Harlan, what languages do you speak?
Common and Goblin.
Okay. No one speaks Infernal, correct?
No. I mean, I have a Deep Speech because my patron is from the depths.
Okay.
No Infernal here.
I believe I can.
No, you wouldn't recognize it.
Oh,
if you don't,
if it's writing, I can read it though.
Okay.
Because
you're passive. You see some writing on a different side of the cave. You can't recognize what it is.
Okay.
Because you don't know that it's infernal. You just your eyes of the keeper lets you read.
Yep.
And you see, it's rather crude, but it comes across as like Soul Banquet, idiots ahead.
That's this sign here says Soul Banquet, idiots ahead. Does that mean anything to anyone?
Well, obviously it means they're having a meal, and there's dumb people eating at the meal.
Any other suggestions?
Who would be eating souls?
Well, I mean, I could probably think of a few entities.
You guys look at this writing that Wendell's pointed out, and it is just crude scratches. It's almost, it's almost just assaulting your eyes to see the writing.
Are you sure you read it right? Maybe it's upside down.
No. It's right side up.
I don't know, Marshall. I'm seeing something here. Kind of makes a little bit more sense to Igor.
I don't like it, whatever it is.
Well, perhaps just keep your wits about you. Oh, idiots. And souls being consumed.
And banquets.
And banquets, yes. Right. I don't have to worry about that. It just starts walking.
Does this area have like a really massive spooky vibe? Like
No.
Talking.
It's just
Any
a cliff.
kind of weird feeling, or
no.
Okay.
It's just the entrance to a cave complex. You believe there's tunnels inside from the journal you read?
Let's have a look around. And if we can't find anything, then we'll try going back a few more years.
Right.
On this thing, you guys need this. This is get this book thing here. Anybody need the Wendell? You probably want to check out this.
No, this is the journal, but I newer.
Well, it's a journal.
Newer. All right, I flip it open.
It's exactly the same journal.
Oh yes, I will read this. Thank you.
Just newer, you know, with a lot less aging and wear on it.
Yeah.
All right. So do you head into the tunnel complex?
You don't sound like you're really gonna read it.
I already have. In the future.
Oh, you've already read it.
I
Well, then I'll
copied
give it to somebody else. Give it back.
No,
You've
no,
already read it.
I-
Give it back to me. I'll give it to
The
somebody who
question
hasn't read
is,
it
do
yet.
we leave it here so that it can be found by our gnome friend in the future, or do we?
Or were you the ones that found it?
Could have been the ones who found it.
Well, I don't see why we need that copy.
2 copies can't hurt, can it? I don't
I mean,
know.
if you're a collector, I mean, what's
This-
better than what's two copies of a one of a kind book? I mean,
Wendell's
that's
really
crazy.
tempted to just swap it so that it's his handwriting. The one that he just copied. It's so ancient. And he keeps the original. But he doesn't. He doesn't do that. We'll just hold on to it for now. I mean, this airship's right back this way. We'll have to pass by this area anyways. So.
Okay.
let's be off.
So as you head into the inky blackness of the tunnel complex in search of the machine that unleashed the god, we'll end it there for the week. You five guys have finally made it. Now becomes the descent to madness and fun.
I mean, we finally made it to a year past where we're supposed to be. But we'll see.
Look,
I don't know. This is really feeling like Cthulhu-esque.
then you're gonna love the next part.
I'm really
All right.
Oh
wondering here.
boy.
So let's go around and talk to everyone and see how they're doing. Let's start off with Hal, since we didn't get to talk to Hal that much during the game because Hal's just angry and wants to kill everyone.
I just don't know how to approach it.
No, if she wanted to kill everyone, she would have at this point.
Oh, okay.
She is at the point where she does not give a single fuck what happens to any of them.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm Nugatosaurus. I'm playing Hal, the shifter fighter / paladin who's really mad at everybody. You can find me here on Mondays and Tuesdays playing in our various Dungeons and Dragons games, as well as the occasional Saturday when we play Aliens. We just played it on this past Saturday and it was fucking amazing. Go watch it, catch up. I think there's 15 episodes, something like that. It's fucking phenomenal. It's everything I want in an Alien show. My favorite part was when Reagan came and told me that the group was like, hey, it's time to go, and she was like, yeah, a bunch of fucking cowards. That's what they are. Yeah. Just it felt very on par with how group deals with Hal's temper.
We don't want to die.
yeah, that's fair. That's very fair. And yeah, that's me. I am excited to see what happens in the tunnels next week. Hal is not.
Okay. Well, I'm sure Hal will have a good time getting some of that frustration out inside the tunnels if all goes to my plan. But, we'll see. Let's check in with Lamont, the other half of Hal's anger. Lamont, how was tonight for you?
I'll pound it for 2 hours, and then game time for just hours and hours. It's great. No, I enjoyed this. I really liked Igor and the whole business with the robot, and it was good. Just Lamont disrupting things without hopefully bringing the game to a complete halt. Hi, I'm producer Trav. This was great. Aliens was awesome. We had a great time. It was badass. We're gonna play again. It sounds like October 20 something, 3rd, 4th, whatever that weekend is, 23rd. And so that's exciting. And so I'm producer Trav, and there's some exciting stuff coming up, man. So keep an eye out. I'm doing stuff, and we'll see you tomorrow night for Ravenloft, which is ratcheting up to its senses shattering conclusion. And man, it's going to be a pip. So catch it. Back to you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. And speaking of a pip, let's check in with Harlan Flipcloak, who pipped us right off into the future, past time, close to where he's going to go. How did that go for you?
Oh, just great. Yeah, I'm D20 Coup de Grace. You can find me here Mondays, Tuesdays, and sometimes in our Saturday Aliens game, of course. I think my favorite part was when just interacting with Lamont in the Tinker's shop and then getting invited to the roof. I thought that whole thing was fun, and I am really cautious about this approach, but I think it's all going to turn out fine. Just may require a little more time traveling. Just owl space.
Look, I will just go ahead and save you the trouble. You needed to get within a range of time, not a specific time in this particular case. So because you guys rolled well and knew what was going on, you got within the range. So everything's fine. Don't worry. Don't go making more time jumps. I've got you where I need you. Please don't run away. Or do, and just kill everyone and see what happens. I'll be fine with that too. Speaking with fine with how things are going, Igor, how are you doing tonight?
Igor is always fine.
Igor had a bath.
I know. I don't know if he's ever had a bath.
No.
He has.
He just pressed
because he puked in the bath one time and Wendell had to deal with it.
Oh,
yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. Poor guy. He needs that. He needs a soak every now and then, as do we all. Hey, whoever's watching, go get a soak. You need a soak. It's good for you. Yeah. Anyways, yes. Shiny Pilot 2.6 playing Igor. It's fun. I like to be a part of it. I like to listen. Even if I don't do much, I like just being here and listening and being part of it. I'm just very curious for these tunnels. I like the transition into this past thing. 800 years. I want to see what happens. That's what was my favorite part, is the mental thoughts of where we've been, where we're going, where we're going to go next. Forward in time, backward in time, sideways. Who knows? So anyways, yeah, I'm here Mondays, Tuesdays, and I look forward to the Aliens game. Let's do this. Thank you, everybody, for watching.
All right, thank you. And I'll go ahead and sign myself out before passing it on to Lindy. I'm Deception Check. I am the DM here on Mondays, as you've seen. I also play on Ravenloft on Tuesdays, and I get to play Hank Ranger in Aliens like we did this last Saturday on some Saturdays. And it's great. And like, I was barely in it. I got to do a dream and I got to wake up. That's pretty much all my time. And it was still an amazing freaking game. So why do I care? That's the best part. We have a game that's awesome, and producer Trav is an alien god for this game. So we must all bow down to him and burn offerings in his name. So favorite parts tonight, I loved Igor with the Modron. I loved Howl just being Howl. I mean, honestly, just she's done. She's over. It's done. I kept waiting for Lamont and Harlan to find another bathroom trip. I know they went on the roof, but they've done a lot of bathrooms.
I would like to amend my statement.
Okay.
My favorite part was when they were on the roof and Lamont was like, "I'm not going to make out with you." Crack me up. That was my favorite part.
You're not really my type. That was really good. See, that's all part of the Lamont Harlan show, which it's great because you have a guy that has no idea what's going on at any time, a tenuous grasp on reality at best. And then you have Harlan, who is as serious as they come and has a complete grasp of everything around him except Lamont. He's the only thing he can't control. And it's beautiful. Thank you, everyone. It's been a lot of fun. Can't wait till next week when we start doing a little bit of a crawl. We're gonna be, we're traveling. There's a little bit of stuff to do, some discovery at the end. We'll see how far we get. It should be a lot of fun. But I'm gonna pass it over to Wendell Eustace Abernathy, Lucius Throckwaddle, Hassenpfeffer IV of the Haversham Hassenpfeffers. Laugh, love, Lindy.
Thank you, 'tis I. One of my favorite things is Lamont being like, wait, that's not a building. Those are trees. What are they doing there? Why are there so many of them? Why are we here? And then Wendell having to be like, this is traveling, Lamont. I thought that was a lot of fun because Lamont really hasn't done a lot of traveling. He's been in Amon, then he got on a ship with Harlan, and then jumped, like, straight to Wildemount to the next city. He's not traveled for days through the wilderness, and surprisingly, that's something Wendell has done, because Haversham might be what some might call a bit rural, which is interesting that there's things Wendell has done that Lamont has not. I just the differences are staggering, and I appreciate them. Also, Igor just getting into arguments with the servants, trying to out-servant them. That was also delightful, and just Harlan being serious and everything getting charged to the inn, and Reagan being like, what do you mean if you don't remember spending all this money in a couple months if you ask about this to give yourself this excuse later? He's like, just fine, Reagan, just don't worry about it. We're not gonna tell you it's time travel, but it's time travel. I just loved it so much. Yeah, you can find us here every Monday for Wanderlust and Wildemount. You can find us here back tomorrow for Mists of Ravenloft, where they're dealing with the Grand Conjunction. Well, they may have started it a little bit. It's gonna be great. They've gotten a royal summons to speak with King Barav, and Queen Titania, and I'm sure that's gonna be just fine. I'm sure there's absolutely nothing that will go wrong, and that there'll be nothing to worry about, and that they're all gonna be great. So you should definitely tune in for that. And of course, we just had our Aliens episode this past Saturday, so you can check out the VOD for that. It should be on YouTube shortly. By shortly, I mean before the next episode happens next month, because YouTube is hard. It just is. But thank you all so much for hanging out and watching. We appreciate you. Hope you have wonderful evenings and have fun, play games. We'll catch you next time.